Hey guys, so I'm here with my grandpa, and in this video, he's going to be asking me questions based on stuff from when he was a kid. And in another video we just filmed, I asked him questions about stuff now. So here we go.
In 1953, how much were Coney dogs at McKellar Confectionery in Thunder Bay, Ontario?
75 cents?
No.
50 cents?
No.
10 cents?
You're close. They were actually 2 for a quarter.
Wow.
They were the best buys. How much was a bottle of pop? And pop then was served in glass bottles.
Yeah. I'm going with a quarter, maybe a dime.
Okay. The time that those Coney hot dogs were 2 for a quarter, pop was 7 cents a bottle. But if you returned the bottle, you got 2 pennies for the bottle. Now, do you know any of the flavors that were available then?
There's vanilla.
Pop. This is pop.
Oh, there's obviously Coca-Cola.
Coke was available then?
That's been around forever.
And who's Coke's biggest competitor?
Pepsi.
Pepsi was around then.
There's root beer.
There was a root beer. Now what about flavors?
Of like Coke?
No, flavors. A flavored pop.
Well, there's like vanilla, there's lime, there.
Okay, there was a lime pop called Lime Ricky. What else?
There was vanilla?
No. Do you remember the big promotion years ago for Orange Crush?
No.
Okay, well, Orange Crush, there was one of the football players used to call it Orange Crush.
No.
But there still is Orange Crush pop. Okay, let's move away from that. When was the first time you kissed a pickerel?
2 summers ago,
Yes.
I was fishing with you and your friend Dave.
Yes.
I was out fishing you guys, and I kissed the fish.
Okay.
Well,
And
more like I had it shoved in my face. But
what did that pickerel kissing signify?
that I'm a fishing man.
That now he was a bona fide fishing man. Okay, what kind of boat did we used to fish out of?
A motorboat?
Yeah, what kind of boat did Grandpa have? Starts with an N.
I have no idea.
Okay, it was an Eden. And how big a motor did we have on that boat?
Like this big?
Yeah, how many horsepower, do you remember?
5? 1?
25 horses.
Oh wow.
That boat could fly.
Yeah.
Remember you used to have to hang on to your hat?
Yeah.
Okay. Around the same year, well, let's move up. We'll move up to roughly 1960. How much was a gallon of gas?
Gallon of gas, well, it's like $3 now. I'm going with 50 cents.
Okay. Anywhere from 33 to 50 cents.
Wow.
Okay, depending. Same with the price of a pack of cigarettes was the same price. How much was tuition for college and universities in the 70s?
300?
That's a good guess. 300 to 500, depending on what school you went to. What school was renowned for having the best engineering program?
Yale?
In Canada. It could be a school your father went to.
I'm pretty sure he went to school in Calgary, Alberta.
When did he take his ROTC?
I have no idea what that stands for. So I have no idea what that
Okay.
means.
That's the cadets in training. And didn't he go to Queen's University?
I think so.
Okay. Queen's University is in Kingston, Ontario. Okay, how much was a chocolate bar in 1970?
A good 5 cents.
So it's probably a little bit more.
10 cents?
Probably 10 or 15 cents. How much is it today?
Like, at the dollar store it's 69 cents.
Okay.
At the corner store down there, it's like $1.25.
They're rip-offs, those corner stores.
I know.
They kill you. So, the moral is stay away from the corner stores and buy at the dollar store, 69 cents.
Yeah.
Put them in your freezer, especially those Mars bars. Man, they're chewy once you get them out of there.
Or go down to Bulk Barn and just get a bag full of
Chopped up chocolate bars, that's another way. Buy them in bulk. Put them in the freezer, away you go.
Yeah.
Okay, what lake did you go on fishing with your grandpa? With your brother?
Superior?
Well, you're out in Superior, but what inland lake did we go to?
What does it begin with?
Lac de Malac, Lake of 1,000 Lakes. And the name of the resort was?
Daytime?
Open Bay Lodge.
Oh.
Okay. And what did we sleep in at night?
We slept in like one of those kind of houses you can put on the lake for ice fishing.
An ice hut.
Yeah.
Okay. And where did you do the dishes?
Outside in a bucket.
Yeah. And what was the tap attached to?
The tap was attached to like some kind of tank under the ground.
No, telephone pole.
Ah.
Okay. And what utensils did we use to cook outside?
Knives and forks.
Yeah, but what did we cook on? What did we use to cook the meat?
A fire pit, a barbecue.
Barbecue. It was like a hibachi table barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the rule of your fires at night? What were you supposed to do?
Put them out.
Put them out totally, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do in a fish hut?
You sleep.
In the fish hut.
You fish. Oh, you like skin fish? Like
Clean the fish.
Alright.
Okay, we clean the fish and make the fillets. What was your favorite breakfast you got served?
This was like years ago, so
I know, you were quite young then.
I am going for something like waffles or
Pancakes and sausage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what did we have to eat out on the boat for lunch?
Like a sandwich.
Sandwich, yeah. And drinks, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. How much was the price of a house in 1970?
1970. Like one this size?
Yeah.
1970. This one was $2,000.
A house this size in 1970 would be about $79,000 to $89,000.
I was way off.
Okay. Maybe even a little cheaper. All right. I bought my first townhouse in 1970 in Mississauga, just for a townhouse. I paid $44,000 for it.
Wow.
3-story, 4 bedrooms.
Wow.
Okay, and that was in walking distance to the GO station. All right. How much was the price of hamburger in 1970?
Well, if a corn dog is 2 for $1.25, then I'm going with 50 cents.
Probably 69, 79 cents a pound.
Okay.
How much was chicken?
Chicken was like something you get at KFC or...
No, if you bought a chicken from the grocery store, how much would it be?
Oh,
Per pound?
Then $1.
29 to 39 cents a pound when they put them on sale.
Wow.
Today they're 10 times that. That's inflation for you.
Yeah.
In 1980, what was the problem with the economy in Canada? Starting in the early 80s. Why was there such high unemployment and problems in the economy?
Oh, that was around the baby boomers. So there's like so many immigrants and like babies being born. There couldn't be able to hire anyone.
No, that was after the Second World War.
Oh, and I don't know.
Okay. We had the highest interest rates we've ever had. And for personal banking and interest rates to buy houses, 21 to 25%. That was for a first mortgage. If you had to take a second mortgage, you were probably in closer to 30%. Okay? And then we got through that. And now, how much are interest rates now?
13, 15.
No. What's the prime rate? What's the prime interest rate at the Central Bank of Canada?
I don't know.
It's 1%. How much do banks charge for lines of credit?
No idea.
4 to 5%, depending on how good a customer you are there.
Oh.
Okay. What's the biggest problem in Ontario right now that the government's caused? What are we paying way too much for?
Rob Ford.
Rob Ford's the City of Toronto. I'm talking about the provincial government and the problems that they've caused in Ontario over the last few years.
Too much funding on unnecessary things.
Yeah, like saying they're going to build electric plants, and then they reneged, and then they had to pay these contractors all kinds of money to get out of it. All right, but the biggest problem is we have some of the highest electric rates in the world. Ontario has the highest electric rates in Canada.
Well, we do have Niagara Falls making hydroelectricity, so...
What have they done at Niagara Falls recently to increase the amount of electricity they're producing?
I think I'm not sure, but do they increase the length of the falls so more water would come down?
No. No, they dug a new tunnel.
Oh.
So they could put new turbines and generators in there. That tunnel, I think, is going to be completed shortly. Because the last pictures I saw on TV, they were just breaking through the last part of the earth. Okay. How much is a new car these days?
50,000 to 15,000 for older model, to 50 to maybe 100,000 for the newest.
Yes. Okay. You can get used cars for 5,000, but they're junk.
Yeah.
Maybe 10,000 to you can go well over 100,000, but the average guy, 10 to 75,000.
Yeah.
That's about it. Okay. How much does a house cost today?
Ooh, a good $200,000 maybe.
Okay. How much do you think this house is worth?
275.
How about double that?
Really?
How about close to 600,000?
Wow.
Yeah. Lot, eh? Okay. How many students don't survive their first year at college or university? What's the attrition or the dropout rate of first year students in college and university?
15%.
Double.
Really?
Can be 30 to 50%.
Wow.
Do you know the reason why?
They plagiarize and then are kicked out of college, or...
No, that's a very small percentage.
They don't have the correct continentals.
They don't research the program they've gone into. So when they get into it, sometimes it turns out to be something different. Number two, they don't have the support of their teachers as much as you would have in high school. You can see your professors and you can see your college teachers. Okay? They have what we call drop-in hours. And you can ask them questions if they have time to answer them at the end of the class. Most students don't ask because they think that they're afraid to ask. And they think it looks a little bit ridiculous. But you should ask, okay, because those students go. Now, is there a stigma attached to being a drywaller or a carpenter or a plumber or a bricklayer as opposed to being a teacher or an accountant?
No.
And why is that?
I have no idea, just took a wild guess.
Okay, because they make as much money or sometimes more. And everybody in this world isn't created equal. And God created some people to work with their brains, and He created some people to work with their hands, and He created some people to work with their hands and their brains. If you can do both, you're a pretty handy guy. Some guys can only work with their brains, and some guys can only work with their hands. But there's a need for all. In fact, with the construction boom and whatnot here, there isn't enough skilled tradesmen. That's why we get poor workmanship in houses. And people complain, oh, my windows aren't installed right, and my floors make a noise, and my drywall isn't meeting properly at the corners. There's all kinds of nonsense like that. But it all comes from, because you can be trained through the college to be an electrician. They have drywall programs, okay? They have bricklaying programs. They have all kinds of stuff to train you properly, okay? Now, what's happening up in northwestern Ontario these days?
I'm pretty sure he said something about they had some U.S. military ships come up, or because of icebergs.
We had an icebreaker from the U.S. Navy come and pick up a fleet of grain boats at Sault Ste. Marie and drive them through, because there's 3-4 feet of ice now. That was a week and a half ago up there, lawyer. Do you know what the Ring of Fire is?
The Ring of Fire is in the Pacific. It's where most of the volcanoes in the world are.
No. The Ring of Fire is a ring of chromite deposits in northern Ontario. And there are 8 Indian bands that are involved in it. And the provincial government just pledged $1 billion to it, because to operate and get those mines up and running, they need roads, and they need a rail system to haul the minerals to somewhere to be smelted, and they'll probably end up going to Sudbury, because they won't pay to build a smelter up there as well. It's just too much money. What are the elevators for in Thunder Bay?
The elevators are for people who don't want to take the stairs.
No, I'm talking about the big elevators.
Oh, when people are moving.
No, the big elevators.
Lifting trucks.
The big elevators. What do they hold in them?
Dynamite.
What are those ships coming to Thunder Bay to fill up with?
Icebreakers.
The icebreakers got ships bringing them into Thunder Bay. What are they coming for? What are they gonna load up on when they get to Thunder Bay?
Extra ice.
Grain. Where does the grain come from?
The ground.
The grain. Make bread from grain. Wheat, soya, oats. Where does that come from?
Farm field.
Yeah, where? What provinces?
Like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And what's the problem right now?
That it's been so cold it can't grow.
No. What's the problem? What happened last year out there?
A fire?
No. They had a bumper crop. They have too much grain. There's a rush to try and get all the grain to Thunder Bay. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, the government told the railways they have to make grain a priority. That's why all those ships are coming into Thunder Bay, because the grain elevators are full. You can see the grain elevators from my house, right? See them on the lake there?
Yeah.
Okay, and the boats come in and they load them up and away they go. Okay, what else do you want to know?
Do you have any other questions from when you were my age, like about chore amounts or
what
what
did kids do for part-time jobs?
They would do like mow their neighbor's lawn, maybe paint their deck, work at a fast food joint.
Yeah, work at a menswear store like I did. Work at a restaurant. Worked for a construction company, digging ditches, helping with a cement crew.
So basically anywhere they can get.
That's right. Working out at the Great Lakes paper in the paper mill. Spelling off guys that are taking summer holidays. Working for the Parks Board at the parks, doing flowers. Working out at a place like Chippewa, looking after the animals, keeping the grounds clear, keeping the garbage off the grounds. There's all kinds of different jobs that can be done.
So it seemed a lot easier to find a job then than it is now.
No. One summer we couldn't find jobs. So our fathers got together. And one father said to the other, you take my son in your business and I'll take 2 of yours in mine. Okay? And I ended up with a wholesale ice cream route for 2 summers from there. So you have to be a little resourceful to get a job. You may have to know somebody. You may have to have a connection. That's how this world works. That's why it's important that I want you guys out there working and meeting people, because you won't do it sitting at home watching TV.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for watching.
Do you want to do the sign off? Remember how I did before?
Oh, you go ahead.
Alright, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it, favorite it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. And as an addendum to our last performance, we have this word of advice. Never try stopping and never stop trying. Thank you.